I healed my hypothyroidism naturally and my high cholesterol. My LDL levels were off the charts. The reason why I even got tested was because I went to the hairdresser and my hair was thinning so badly. So she said, I think you should go to the doctor. So I went to the doctor, they did the tests, and I tested for off the charts high cholesterol, and both my T3 and my T4 levels were off the charts. Immediately she said, you need to go on levoxythyroid and you're going to be on it for life. So I said, well, what's happening? Like, can't we just fix the problem? They're like, no, this happens and you're going to be on it for life. And it's just once it's broken, it's broken. So I started doing a bunch of research because this was the first time I was going on any pills. So I was kind of like, okay, now all of a sudden I'm on levoxythyroid and I'm on this statin pill for my high blood pressure. Like, what is happening? How did my health go from like really, really good to all of a sudden I'm on 2 pills, which is really pretty quickly going to progress to 5 pills, 12 pills, et cetera, et cetera. So I wanted to get ahead of it. I started doing some research. So I started to take a look at what the causes of the thyroid were. And what I could come up with in my research were 2 things. One, you weren't feeding the body the right nutrients so that it could actually activate the cycle of producing the T4 and the T3 hormones. And number 2, there's this thing called the EBV virus, which you're going to hear a lot of in the coming years because a lot of life science companies are applying for patents on it at this point, for vaccines, for patents on it. But once you have the EBV virus in your body, you can't get rid of it. All you can do is basically feed it so that it grows larger and it starts to attack your system, or starve it. Now, because I was getting signs of hair loss, I was super tired, felt like tingling in my feet, so I could almost see that it was attacking my nerve system. I had kind of deduced that I was on the EBV side of things. So I started to do things to really starve that virus. In the meantime, I was also trying to figure out how I could get this entire system in place so I could deal with the high cholesterol, which was really coming from inflammation of the liver. So the first thing I started to address was supplements, and I wanted to make sure I was getting the right supplements because a big part of not being able to produce enough hormones is really the B panel. And actually, I'm going to tag him below. Income Parent does a really great video on that part of what could be causing your hypothyroidism. And made sure that I took my entire B suite panel of supplements, and then I added turmeric and I added ashwagandha. And those 2 supplements are really going to make sure that it's helping to really starve the virus and attack the virus. Because what's happening is the virus has basically decided to attack my thyroid because the strain of the virus that I have is attacking my thyroid. And when it's attacking my thyroid, it's progressively just basically killing it off. So if you can basically starve the virus, it backs off, your thyroid starts functioning, and all those things that weren't working start working again, which is what happened to me. So once my supplements were in line, I took a look at food choices. And there are not only things that you shouldn't eat because they're feeding the virus, because they're almost acting as like hormones for the virus, but there are also things that you want to eat more of. So the things that you don't want to feed the virus is eggs, pork, red meat, gluten, and dairy. So for 3 weeks, I didn't eat any of those things. Then I started adding in really good food choices. I almost went on a plant-based diet for 3 weeks, and I picked berries. I actually bought from Wyman's this wild blueberry juice. I was taking a shot of wild blueberry juice every day. I still do. I was adding lots of lemons and greens into my diet. So all of those things were really flooding my body with antioxidants and things that the virus doesn't feed on. So the virus was almost retracting, taking the pressure off my thyroid, and my thyroid levels started to stabilize. Then I wanted to deal with this high cholesterol issue. High cholesterol issue is really your liver not processing efficiently. So because of everything that was going on, my whole body kind of needed a reset. What I ended up doing is incorporating intermittent fasting into my day, which I still do to this day. And what that does is it gives your body just another 12 hours to make sure that it really clears all the toxins, clears everything from the day before, and really starts to operate super efficiently. So that when you start eating, and I really try to fast at least until 11 o'clock, and if I can fast until 12:30, I do that, then that gives my liver a ton of time to operate and to operate efficiently. So I stayed on both medications for about a month. Then I started feeling really good, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just feeling good because of the medication, and I started tapering off the medication. I tapered off the medication 2 weeks later. By my 3-month mark, I had my tests. All my panels were clear. So either I'm a walking miracle, or we can all acknowledge the fact that doctors don't have all the answers, and you can take control of your health in ways beyond what they can provide for you. Like I said in my video yesterday, humanize them. Don't idolize them. So take a pause, do your research, and don't give anyone total control of your body without a little check and balance. I hope this is helpful for you. Talk to you soon.